This video is for extra practice on ions. So the best way to use this video is to do the practice on your own first. Again, this is for you to better understand the material. I'm not collecting it, so the best suggestion is to go through and fill out the table on your own, pause the video, and then come back, check your answers, and I'm going to explain any of the ones that you may have missed. So first row. If you know the element, we can look up the element on the periodic table, and that will tell you the number of protons. Calcium has an atomic number of 20. That means calcium has 20 protons. The mass number is protons plus neutrons. So I could take my mass of 42, subtract out my 20 protons, and I would get 22 neutrons. For the charge, we need to look at protons and electrons. 20 protons, but only 18 electrons. My difference is 2. I have 2 more protons, and protons are positive, so my charge would be plus 2. 20 positives, 18 negatives gives me a charge of plus 2. Row 2. Mass is protons plus neutrons. 13 protons plus 14 neutrons gives me a mass of 27. Protons plus electrons will give me my charge. I have 13 protons and my charge is plus 3. If the charge is plus 3, it means I have 3 more positives than negatives. If I have 13 protons and I have 3 more positives than negatives, my electrons have to be 10. 13 positives, 10 negatives gets me to that charge of plus 3. Lastly, remember that protons determine the element. I have 13 protons, so I can look up atomic number 13 on my periodic table. This element would be aluminum. Row 3. Mass number equals protons plus neutrons. If I have a mass of 22, I subtract 11 protons, I get 11 neutrons. I have 11 protons, 11 positives. I have 10 electrons, 10 negatives. I have 1 more positive than negative, so my net charge would be plus 1. Row 4. Element, number of protons. If I know it's bromine, I can look up bromine on the periodic table. Bromine has an atomic number of 35. The atomic number is equal to the number of protons. Protons plus neutrons equals mass number. I have 35 protons and my charge is negative 1. Since it's negative, that means I have 1 more electron because electrons are negative. So if I have 35 protons, I must have 36 electrons. Again, we can check. 35 protons, I have 35 positives, 36 electrons, 36 negatives. That gets me to my net charge of negative 1. Oh, I just realized we skipped this one. Protons determine identity. I have 11 protons. Atomic number 11 is sodium. Sorry about that. Last one. Protons plus neutrons equals mass number. I have 7 protons, 7 positive charges. I have 10 electrons, 10 negative charges. My net charge would be negative 3. I have 3 more negatives than positives. Lastly, protons determine identity. If I have 7 protons, the atomic number is 7. Atomic number 7 is nitrogen.